we are jumping into what feels like the ultimate blueprint for beginner language success.
Exactly. We're looking at a guide called Learning English the Easy Way.
And our mission here is to really pull out the most important advice, especially around the mindset you need to, tackle this big task.
What's so fascinating here is how the sources just immediately cut through the usual noise.
What do you mean?
Well, they explain that the main challenge for a beginner isn't really about memorizing verb tenses. It's almost entirely psychological.
Ah, so it's not about the grammar rules.
And not at first. This whole blueprint is basically designed to help you break down that paralyzing fear of actually speaking English. That hesitation is the real enemy.
Okay, let's unpack that then. If fear is really the biggest barrier, how does the guide justify its main piece as advice? Which is basically to make a lot of mistakes.
Right.
That seems a little counterintuitive, doesn't it? I mean, we're all taught to try and get things perfect.
It is, but it's probably the most high-impact insight in the whole guide. It reframes mistakes. They aren't failures. They're mandatory inputs.
Mandatory inputs.
Yeah. If you're too scared of making an error to even open your mouth, you're not giving your brain the information it needs to correct itself later. Silence guarantees you learn absolutely nothing.
Oh, I can relate to that so much. I remember when I was trying to learn Spanish,
Go on.
I would spend, I'm not kidding, like 3 minutes just silently trying to conjugate a verb in my head.
Worried about getting it wrong.
Exactly. And by the time I was ready to speak, the conversation had just moved on. I ended up just using hand gestures instead of learning.
That's the classic trap. And the guide says the most important thing is just to show up and be brave. It all boils down to 3 key tactics that really tackle that anxiety.
The first one feels like pure genius for managing that fear. It's speak first, correct later.
Yes, just prioritize getting the idea out there. Communicate.
But doesn't that raise a question? Won't you just end up cementing bad habits if you don't fix them right away?
Well, that's where the consistency piece comes in. You have to keep listening, keep speaking every day. It lets the language structure sort of settle in naturally. Fluency is messy.
Okay, that makes sense. And the second tip really targets another huge source of anxiety for people, which is the accent.
Right. Accent is not important. Clarity is.
That just removes such a heavy burden, doesn't it?
A huge one. Nobody needs to sound like they're from London or New York. The goal is just to be understood. If someone gets your meaning, you've succeeded.
And the third tip seems to tie this all together. Consistency is better than perfection.
Yes, it's all about sustainable effort. The guide is so practical here, just insisting on daily practice, even if it's only for 5 minutes.
That focus on a small daily effort feels achievable.
It's the key. So let's transition from the mindset to the core actions. The blueprint highlights 4 things that you, as a learner, should start doing immediately.
Okay, let's make this actionable. First up, speak English daily.
Every single day, even if you're just repeating phrases from a video you watched.
Second, and you have to keep telling yourself this, don't be afraid of mistakes.
You have to welcome them. They're a sign that you're actually moving forward.
Third, and this helps with that self-correction we talked about, listen more and repeat it out loud.
That really builds your confidence and helps your pronunciation without the pressure of a full conversation.
And finally, the motivational core of it all. Enjoy the learning process.
Yes. If it feels like a chore, you'll just quit. If you find a way to make it fun, that consistency we need is basically guaranteed.
So the big takeaway is that the easy way to learn English is really about dropping the fear and just starting to talk. Focus on being clear, be consistent, and speak first.
And if we connect that to the bigger picture, it's about making this learning habit almost inescapable. So here's a final thought for you to chew on.
Okay.
What is one small, genuinely enjoyable English activity? Maybe it's listening to one song or watching one short, funny video clip. What's one thing you could commit to doing every single day to make sure that consistency happens?
Pick one thing.
Pick one thing, start today, and just don't stop.